There are an estimated 750 illegal slums in Rio de Janeiro. They are called favelas and have become notorious for drug trafficking, police killings, and a Brazilian reality little seen by the tourists on the beaches. With increased budgets after winning bids for the World Cup and Olympic Games, Rio is controversially spending millions of pounds on a vast wall-building programme around these favelas. Authorities say it is an eco-wall to protect the forest and stop favela expansion. Many residents say the wall is to hide the favelas from tourists and is a new barrier of social exclusion.
It's a new segregation. It's going to be like the wall in Palestine. It will dehumanise us all here in the favela.
This is the favela of Rocinha, home to 150,000 people, and the construction of the wall is underway. I have been invited by the Residents' Association here to see the wall now encircling the favela.
This is where the wall is beginning. It will run all down this line and into the community.
Favela homes on the wrong side of the new wall are being destroyed, and the families there relocated. I was told the residents have only agreed to the wall after the government promised them better services and a hospital. I made my way to the neighbouring favela of Dona Marta. This favela is lauded as a success story for a new strong-arm policy by the government. Drug traffickers used to control these alleyways, but they've been forced out and the police now keep a permanent presence.
Our government have recently finished the work on the wall down there. This wall is not intended to separate people. Here in Brazil, a wall does not signify separation or division. A wall does not cause problems for the community.
However, walking around the alleys of the favela, it was not hard to find local residents who disagreed with the official line.
This wall has been imposed upon us. It was never asked for by the residents. It has come from above, and it will now limit us and control us.
As I was leaving Dona Marta, I came across 3 civil police officers, their guns out, on a clearly nervous patrol. Their explanation for the wall was different from the government line of eco-barrier.
The wall helps, really helps us.
It makes it harder for them and easier for us.
We have police vehicles at the bottom and a unit at the top. There are only 2 entrances now with this new wall.
Working with the civil police are the BOPE, the elite Brazilian military police, who are used to enter favelas and confront and kill traffickers. In a new strong-arm policy, the Rio authorities are trying to wrestle back control of the favelas from the drug gangs. These elite units, keen to put on a show for my camera, are frequently accused of extrajudicial killings of both traffickers and civilians.
What happens here in the favelas, in these communities, is that they keep spreading. So this ecological wall will stop that, preserving the forest, but it will also mainly help us locate the traffickers.
But across Rio, the biggest favela district of Maré is still in the grip of a deadly gang war. Many of its streets are riddled with bullet holes from continuous shootouts. With the wall coming here as well, I wanted to speak to the dangerous drug gangs, who are still the real power in hundreds of favelas across the city.
The truth is that this wall is only going to cause more war. They want to surround the community, but we won't let them. It will fail. More police will die, traffickers will die, and the war will continue. This is the reality. The traffic won't stop.
Authorities state the reason for the planned wall in Maré is not to save the rainforest, but is an acoustic wall to protect the residents from the sound of a nearby motorway.
The politicians claim this wall is to protect both residents and drivers from the highway, but this is not true. The reality is it's to separate us, so when tourists pass by, they won't see this favela, they won't see this bad side of Rio. You know, it's us here who've built Rio. We're the ones who get up at 5 a.m. to make their new buildings, but we're the ones they want to hide from view.
I went to see the mayor of Rio, who is bringing the 2014 World Cup and 2016 Olympics here. He heads the administration that has planned and financed these walls.
Yeah, I mean, if you talk like a wall, you think you are in the States, US, you know, building walls with Mexico, or you are in Israel building walls with the Palestine. And that's not the case of Rio. Rio is a very open city. So, explain again, I mean, the walls that are being built in some favelas are to protect nature. So there's a limit, and these people live there. I mean, it's not a wall that you cannot go in or out. I mean, it's an open area, it's the area of the city. We are very proud of our people and our favelas.
The vibrancy and diversity of the favelas are part of Rio's identity, and the city authorities say they don't want to change that. That their policy is one of social integration between favela residents and the rest of the city. But many of the people who will live behind the planned 8 miles of concrete walls say that barriers like this will only deepen centuries of social divide in Brazil. This is Phil Cox, More 4 News, Rio.